You already know. This is Joan of Arcanist, my no-hit Final Fantasy XIV character, and over the last few episodes we've had many obstacles in our path. But today is the day I tell you how I made it out of the starting city of Limzilla Minza and made it to the great city of Udal, all while completing the impossible obstacle of never taking damage. This is episode 3, so if you have no idea what I'm talking about, click above for episode 1. Let's get started. So the big obstacle this episode is getting past this instance. It's a level 18 instance where you have to fight 2 phases. The first phase is against a bunch of pirates, and the second phase has a one-on-one boss. But I want some better gear before I take on this instance, and I'm pretty broke, so I need to do some quests. The first quest has me go to 3 different locations and kill 2 dodo once I activate the nest. I didn't go through many of these quests when I first played Final Fantasy, and some of them are questionable. I don't know how killing a bunch of dodo helps your dodo farm, but you know. Wait a second, we're killing the parents and taking the eggs. Dawn Trail could never have such an audacious quest. We head back and turn in the quest, getting a little bit of extra cash and getting ready for our level 10 Arcanist instance. And even though I don't necessarily need to do this quest for Udal, I definitely should if I want to have any chance of getting other classes, especially side professions like culinary and alchemist. The goblins are easily kited just by sleeping them and having smart use of shield and sprint. And whenever you're out of shield, just sprinting away makes the fight pretty easy as you're faster than the goblins. And if you've enjoyed this content, consider subscribing. Over 98.5% of you who have watched my videos in the last 28 days haven't subscribed. So consider helping me out, as these videos take quite a while to make and quite a lot of research. After the instance, I check my logs real quick, and we go ahead and turn in this quest, which gives us access to the armory and also to our yellow carbuncle. I then start up the next part of the quest line for Arcanist. I unlock fishing, I unlock cooking, and I fixed my UI since I had some computer issues last week. From our newfound wealth from those quests, I decide that I'm going to buy a new pair of feet and a ring. I then start heading back to Swift Perch, and I notice that I'm actually pretty close to completing Hunt Log 2, so I think I'm going to finish that this episode as well. And as I'm walking down, I find some Putch hatchlings that I easily take out with just our normal combination. I then get to fast travel and start doing some quests in the area. I then take care of the 2 pirates that are near the Arcanist quest, and finish up this small side quest for some easy cash. Which brings us to our most important quest of this episode, which is getting our first 2 minions. And Square Enix really did dog owners dirty on this one, as there's not a single light in that dude's head. So we go over and rescue our small Gato friend from the pack of dogs. And after we head back, we turn in the cat to receive our first minion. And I'm a little concerned that maybe our little companion ain't gonna be the best match for us, as they seem a little suicidal for this run. I then complete the Arcanist quest up to the next instance, and I start working on the hunt log. And first up are these dust bats, which are just as easy as the hedgemoles that we take care of right afterwards. Luckily, pretty much everything that's left on the hunt log is in this area. Which means I don't have to go far to take care of these angry pelicans. And after taking care of the pelicans, I sink down to take care of the killer mantises. And checking my hunt logs, I see we have 1 more to go, so we're going to head up to the upper area. And that killer mantis quest pushes us up to level 25. But before I can get to the last part of our hunt log, I see where the puppy minion is, and I decide to take care of it, giving us a grand total of 2 minions on the no-hit account. After we put the dog inside the Final Fantasy equivalent of a Pokebox, we head up to Upper La Nocia to find the bumble beetles that we're looking for. And after killing those bumble beetles, we complete Hunt Log Rank 2. We then head down the road and complete a quest that gives us 500 gil, just for giving a quest item to an NPC just 30 seconds away. Which not also makes me richer, but gives us level 26. I then head back to Limsa Lominsa where I buy a new ring, which puts us at item level 16. So I think we're just about ready to start this last instance before we make it to Odal. Alright, quick overview for this instance. I'm the blue square, allies are green, red are enemies, obviously. The very first thing we need to do is we need to take out the enemy front line. If we don't, the second wave of pirates will instantly target us, and we need our allies to actually take the aggro from us, or else we're just going to get ran down. Once the second wave of enemy pirates are dealt with, the allies are going to target the pirate boss, as the phase 1 boss that we fight spawns in. There's some relevant information though for this run. If you are out of range of the boss's melee auto attack, then he will drop an AoE underneath your feet. He does this ability about once every 10 seconds. After we defeat the phase 1 boss, we're then immediately sent into phase 2, which is against an upgraded version of the phase 1 boss and an Ascian who thankfully doesn't do all that much. Because there's no time to rest in between each phase, we have to have either shield or swift cast sleep available, as the boss immediately targets us, and we need to have an answer for it. Once the upgraded phase 1 boss hits 25% HP, Y'shtola comes and helps us out. I also tried figuring out a way to get to very easy mode, but unfortunately it would require me to take damage. Even things like trying to log out did not trigger very easy mode. And there's definitely some instances that allow you to fail the objective, but this one just doesn't. That being said, this is how it went down. And just like that, we have another instance down in the books. And I didn't mention it before, but the reason why I didn't attack the Ascian at the end, and that's just because I didn't want to rip aggro. So I head back to Limsa Lominsa, where I'm made an envoy and given the mission to go to the other two cities of New Gridania and Udal, so that way they can hold a ceremony for everyone who died in 1.0.
Brothers and sisters of the sea.
And that's enough out of you. I then get on an airship and head over to New Gridania. And it really is insane that you can make it this far in the game without ever taking damage. And once I get to New Gridania, I make sure to take some time and look around the city. And after a little while, I go and find the leader.
So you are the Lominsan envoy.
And that's enough out of you. She says that she's good to party, and I head over to the great city of Udal. I take my time to enjoy the nice desert heat. I then make my way to the true ruler of Udal, Raban.
Ah, a guest from Limsa. I thought I smelled stale ale. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Mervin says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Sahagin. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Raban al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames.
And that's enough out of you. I then collect the third minion of the account and land at level 27. And I think that's where we're going to end off today. We made some really good progress, and now we have a whole bunch of options ahead of us when it comes to side professions and other jobs. Subscribe so that way you're notified when part 4 comes out, and thanks again for watching.